Hi traders, my name is TshepZAR and I'm going to be the one who's going to be doing your May 2021 Forex market review and preview exclusively for those who are trading live with Veracity and TshepZAR and anyone who would be watching the video. So we've been doing this from 2016 and we have been having a very good successful run over the years, and we believe that even today or for the month of May, the same will happen. Just as a disclaimer is that we just would like to provide you this information and you use it at your own risk. It is not financial advice. Please learn how to apply your risk management. Right, the format of this is going to be as follows. We're just going to be showing you on how we analyze and chop the market by following a simple market direction, a simple and a clear strategy that shows us on how to get direction. Remember, it's not a teaching, it's not an educational seminar, but it's just an analysis, market analysis. So we're going to be looking for the good trend or good direction of the market. Must be clear and must be simply identified. We also use a combination of trading systems together with correlation in order that we can get good high probability setups. Our risk to reward is usually the risk is low and we're trying to go for a kill. So if the reward is greater, we go for the greater reward. So the trading plan also kept simple, simple entries and simple exit rules. So if any of these becomes much more complex or difficult for you, you must know that you need some form of basic or intermediate form of training for you to understand what happens. So if this sounds or looks like Greek to you, then please join our training programs. Just check on YouTube, you'll get them all. On our YouTube channel, you'll get all the information. We start by reviewing the April month. We have anticipated and have predicted that there was going to be an outflow on the pound, outflow of cash or liquidity, or weakness of the pound, weakness of the dollar, strength of Canadian dollar, strength of Australian dollar, strength of euro, weakness of NZD, New Zealand dollar, some inflow into Japan, and then some consolidation around the Swiss franc, but some of them did go right. They can just tick for you the one that we got right, because that's exactly what we look into before we can even go to check where opportunities are. So in this instance, we were pretty right on only the ones that you got right. There was some strength in the following. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Otherwise, others were just on consolidation, and others did only I think one did go the wrong direction. So that's very important for us when we're supposed to do the market analysis for the month, to check which one will be the strongest, or just to follow the issue of liquidity. Where will the money move to? So because that's exactly what is going to be making trends, especially the momentum that follows those trends. Right. So we had selected 3 pairs for the last month, for the month of April, and you remember very well that we selected 3 pairs or 3 instruments. The first one was the was the pound Swiss franc. We said that the pound, or we had analyzed and noticed that, or we said that the pound, we're waiting for it to pull back and then buy those lows. Then from there go about 1,500 pips, and then I'll just review. The UJ, we went short immediately with 180 pips as stop loss and 320 pips as a minimum take profit. And then from there, we were on NASDAQ for 200 pips and 200 pips as stop loss and 600 pips as the take profit. How did it go? Our NASDAQ was not triggered, as you can see from these charts. Just before I can even go there, our NASDAQ was not triggered. Why was it not triggered? Is that it just broke that, since it went above that neck and shoulder, because we got it at that breakout of the neck of that neck and shoulder, head and shoulder. It went up to do the record highs, marginal record highs, which made news, but we didn't predict that it's going to go further high. And you can see that today it kept going down, and that's basically it's going down to the triggered levels. So it was not triggered, but now it's coming to the level where it's be triggered. The pound Swiss franc also, it just kept on standing in between that small supply level, and there is respected that coming to the downside. This is where we are now. It is trying to go down, but it never hit either our sell entry nor our buy entry, and we leave it at that. The UJ was triggered immediately, and then it hit the 300 pips take profit. We should be okay with that. And then from there, it bounced to the upside. So we were selling the fading levels where this rally was expected to be fading along the levels of our entry level, 300 pips to take. You can see just marginally we got that profit. Then from there, it went back again. Then we're waiting for it to come further down to the 500 pip level. So basically, we made those 300 pips. Right. What are we looking for the month of? What are we looking for the month of May? This is our cash flow or our forex cash flow projections. This time we definitely think that there should be some pullbacks, which is going to be more like an outflow from the pound. The dollar continues to fall. We're expecting the Canadian dollar to continue to strengthen a little bit before it finds some resistance. Australian dollar should also be, according to us, continuing to get some form of traction or to the upside. Euro also, the NZD is poised, looking like it can get some gains, but the Japanese yen is not looking good this time. I think that it could just be getting some outflow of cash. The Swiss franc has already broken key levels of resistance from the consolidation levels. We expect it to gain strength. Money should be going to Switzerland, and the metals continue to also get some strength, and cryptocurrencies. It's as simple as that. Not too much consolidation, pretty much. We can look at that. So we're expecting that May would be a very volatile and a very highly liquid market. Let's hope that the trends are being kept. Right. So for this month, we are still targeting just over 1,000 pips to bank. We are going to continue with the NASDAQ with the long, potential long. The 560 pips is a stop loss. If you cannot afford the 560 points, please don't do that. And that's the minimum risk that you can apply for a potential long for the NASDAQ. It's 1,700. It may not be achievable within a month, but it is possible that from these levels that we should going to be trading NASDAQ, it may still move 1,700 points. The UJ is now we continue with the UJ from last month, just about 150 points for stop loss, 300 pips to gain 1:2. It should be affordable for an intraday trader there. 400 pips for stop loss of gold long, as we target 800 pips. And Brent crude, we are targeting 40 pips for stop loss and 120 pips for take profit. Should also be affordable for an intraday trader. So it's a balanced portfolio, some swing trading there, positional trading on the NASDAQ and on gold. And we see some nice intraday trading on the UJ and the Brent crude oil. So it's a balanced. So should be possible that at least one can bank 400 pips from this at the end of the month, just on UJ and Brent crude oil. And if gold and NASDAQ contributes to that portfolio, you could easily reach 1,000 pips for the month of May. Let's get to it. Before we can do anything, we always start with the USD-ZAR. I just want to point out that this time the USD-ZAR has broken a key level, that resistance of this triangle or of this consolidation that it's been having for 2 months or so, it's now broken. So we are expecting that the dollar should continue to weaken after breaking this consolidation, which was at the support or at the first support. Because it's broken, I therefore now expect that the price should and could be bouncing from this retesting this 1450 levels and should be going down to go to the 1350 level. So 1 rand extra to the downside or to the strength of the rand against the dollar. It's now around 1540, 1550, 1440. We think that it could be going down to around 1350, 1355. There, for me, that's going to be a signal. So this is not the signal for the month of May. It is just to keep the end of our of our bargaining that we must be teaching traders on how to trade local currencies against international currencies using the ZAR as the benchmark. Right. So in this instance, I still think that the rand would strengthen for the last time up to 1350, 1360. Some, it could just make some volatility there. It could be touching the 13, psychological 13 level, making everybody excited in the country. We'll see how it goes. But it's not the signal. Right, our signals are here. First things first. Let us deal with this one. We have kept, let me just check what you've kept. The first one that we've kept is the UJ. The UJ, we have made 300 pips, as I said, in the previous month, and now we've got an opportunity to make another 300 pips. So basically, if you just follow this, it's just an ABCD pattern. So remember, I'm going to be going to the charts now and just show you exactly how we bring them together. We put it down together. So let's go to the platform so that I can give you nice history there. Right. We start with the UJ. Where is the UJ? The UJ should be on real. Right, I'm on real. Okay, there it is. Okay, very good, ladies and gentlemen. So that's exactly what we're about. If you can look at this, there is where we were selling from that fading levels of last month, plummeted to the downside, found the 200 move, the 50, I think it's 200 moving average there. Let me just confirm. The 50 moving average on a daily time frame found support there. There it bounced, and this is now the fib zone. All right. If you can look at this, that if we're going to the downside, the level at which we sell right now is the current price. So UJ current price sell. The stop loss is just above the 461.8 of the fading levels there. We go into the 161.8 expansion to the downside, which is estimated at 200 expansions on the upside. So do not worry about the technicalities. We'll meet them in class. So we're calling for a sell around 109.263 on the fib zone to the downside, and the take profit is going to be around 105, between 105 and 106. Let me just get you that price nicely. The price is exactly at, meaning that we're taking profit at 161.8. Right, that's how it is. At the 161.8 expansions. Wait there, we shall forgive. I think should be fine for the month. That's exactly how you make your 300 pips. Let's get just from this point going there. There you go. Just about 340 pips. Just about 340, 300 pips. So take 300 and be happy. So that's where we go about it. So what is the essence? The essence is that we are still fading. So the trend, the uptrend for the month of March, it has now faded. And after the fading of the trend, we are now using the zigzag pattern back to where the price usually go, around the 200 expansions of the rally, around the 161.8. There we should be getting some form of demand or some form of good support there. Then from there, the price bounce back. We will be monitoring it from there. It has got potential, yes, to continue to the downside based on what gold will do, which is what I will come to now. So UJ short immediately, stop loss. It's about, as I said, I think we said it's about, sell from this point, it's about 150, as we said, just about 140, just about 150 to be safe. 150 stop loss, 340 pips for the take profit. That's exactly what we're looking at on the UJ side. After UJ, we're looking at gold. Let's go to gold. Gold is looking very yummy. This is my hourly chart. I can start breaking it down from the daily chart. From the daily chart, gold has been building this bullish flag, right? I've been monitoring this now for quite some time because I'm really wanting to use part of our portfolio for the month. It has not been a very good one because the markets have been consolidating, but on a long to medium term basis. But gold is beginning to be finding some traction there. It is still within the bullish flag, and this bullish flag ends at 1843. So if it breaks the 1843 this time, that's the breakthrough for gold. If gold breaks the 1840, 1850 psychological levels, or other resistance level, it has found a breakthrough. But from where it is set itself right now, it is already set itself up for a breakout. We see that there is an 4-hourly chart. On this 4-hourly chart, there we see it moved from downside as we saw last week when we did the preview, did a small flag there, then broke the flag up, is now using the 1750 now as the support. So now the price is ranging above 1750. That 750 is a very good entry level right now because it is making a rectangle shape there, which in the meantime, we'll keep it as a bullish bias because we are still rallying there, you know, movement from this support to the resistance of the flag, of the daily flag. So we buy the 1750 level, the take profit at 1850, which is the level that is going to be very key. If it doesn't break it, you still take your profit. Wait and see if the price will break. If it does break, I would say it's a good one for the positional traders, for the swing traders, for the investors. Definitely safe haven becomes gold because gold will be rallying any some more. So in the meantime, for the purpose of May, just on intraday basis, we buy 1750, we go 1850, just about 1,000 pips, as I said, 800 just to be conservative. It's about 1,000 points. Take the 1,000 points and be happy, right? So if you can look at this, we also breaking down into H1, and that is our 5-wave structure there. You buy this low, this support of the rectangle. The stop loss is just below the previous low, you know, the swing low. I always do it like that. I don't exit if the price does not break key levels. So for me, this level of the 1750, 1720, where I have put the stop loss should be where the stop loss is. Then you go to 1850, and that's how we get our zigzag formation. There it is, the 5-wave impulse structure to the 1850 summarizes our gold for the month of May. Is it time to enter? I would even do an early entry if I were you. If I use the moving average there, this moving average 50, if it gets retested, I would even buy on it because it is the first support in this instance. I would definitely give it a very solid try and see if I can't get something out of that, out of this moving average. So moving average 200, the way I said, yeah, it's a moving average 200 on an hourly chart. It is support. It has been bouncing the price once, twice, 3 times, and we believe that the 4th time's lucky. Should be buying somewhere there. Should not even be a problem to push the stop loss there, right? Rather the buy limit there, and then from there, the stop loss needs to still be below this point though, and then from the take profit remains the same around 1850. We don't do anything on that one. That's how it is. All right, so that's gold for you. After gold, we now go to, so there are many ways that I could confirm gold for you. UJ is one of them, that if you short UJ, you are technically also buying gold. This is how gold looks like, just to give you just a strategic overview of what we do. This is just due diligence. We've checked everything. Gold just bounced from the support, should be going to the upside. The euro dollar also supporting us. The euro dollar should be finding some queen's crown there. The neckline, I'm expecting the neckline retest there, continues. And now this is the interesting one, the dollar Swiss franc. There's a bit of bearish flag that has just formed there, all right? So which could cause the price of the dollar to weaken. And if this dollar weakness may not be very good, should be seeing the continuation of the fall of the dollar Swiss franc. That's where we are. So with the Swiss franc breaking to the upside against the yen, we expect that this price should be going to the upside. So it's a total package as it is stand right now. So that's gold, that's UJ, and then we're going to be going to NASDAQ at the end. Let's now break it down with Brent crude oil. Now the Brent crude oil here is very interesting. It does not completely correlate or move along together with gold. We see that it has been moving with strong momentum to the upside. There it is finding some resistance around the $70. I think that's where exactly it goes. So we are seeing an entry right here, thanks to this flag. So if you can go to this point, you can see that there's a very nice flag. You know, other people could call this a 3 drive, that is information there. There's a bearish 3 drive that is right now information there. I would take that 3 drive to be the one that will push the price to the downside. yes, your stop loss should not be anywhere less than $74. So if your stop loss is about $74, you should be cool. You're selling the $70 level, 300 pips or so out on the other side, 400 pips on the other side. Then we're coming straight to around $60, not really 55, but around 60. You should be fine around $60. So from $70 to $60, another 1,000 points there, just like gold. Should be happy from that point, because the crude oil seems to be very strongly bullish. I would like, just for the purpose of taking advantage of the scalping opportunity, could be pulling back and give us a three-wave structure. So basically we're trading this three-wave structure of a consolidation, and that's what we're doing. So if the risk for me is lower than the reward, I'll definitely go for it, because the risk is definitely worth it. So I will be taking this as our A, and this is our B. Right, and then we're going to our C. We should be happy at C. Just get out immediately, take profit, because there's going to be lots of buyers who are waiting for this price to drop, especially if the price is going to be dropping at the support around $55, $60 per barrel. They should be very happy with that. And I think there's going to be lots of buyers there. I will give some indication when the time is right. But that's how the Brent crude looks like for me. Small risk there and some nice reward there. This like about 1:3 or so. So small, about 200 pips, 250 pips to spare, just about 1,000 to gain. But the actuals are already on our slides. That's how it is. That's the crude oil. And the last one is the Nasdaq. The last one for May is the Nasdaq. Let's go to the Nasdaq. So the Nasdaq is still falling nicely. Don't be tempted. The price is bouncing from this. So I will need that those who are trading pivot points should be attracted to this level. As you can see, it's bouncing there. But I think it's just a trap there. If you can get on it before that, great stuff. But if you can't still, I'm still interested to be taking on this, to be taking it at the neckline that is more sloping to the downside. Because for me, it was a parabolic move that I noticed there. I'm not surprised that Nasdaq pushed to the upside, did not retest the neckline though. I think it's coming to retest the neckline around 13,120 as last month. That's where we get our buy there. But even the 13,269, that 100 that 100 level of the Fibonacci should be a good level to buy. Anyway, the stop loss should not be anything less than 560 to 600 points, meaning that below the shoulder. If you can't afford that, don't take it. If you cannot afford it, don't take it. If you don't have enough capital, buy from there. Then from there, you're gonna be going straight to the 15,000 level, 14,966. So yes, it is looking highly likely that the Nasdaq will do a record high and even touch the psychological 15,000 points. Where did they mention it first? At Opulence FX. They would be there on CNBC, on Bloomberg, on CNN, and many other business channels. That's how it's gonna go looking like. We definitely think that Nasdaq, the tech stocks, the top 100 of the US, is set for more investors to be buying their stock. I think this could be something that they would be excited to hear that we've just analyzed. So this, ladies and gentlemen, wraps up our market preview for the month of May. Please trade responsibly. Risk is yours. Make sure that your capital is enough. Make sure that you don't take more than you can chew, then you can manage that. For the purpose of those who are with Veracity and Exit, we will then be also doing some progress report or some updates on the charts every Tuesday, and we'll be posting the video now here so that you can be able to look at how you manage your trades. Until then, we meet again next week, Tuesday, otherwise for a full preview again of the month of June. Until then, let there be pips. Cheers.